Oh, okay. So, for those of you who are hearing me for the first time, I am emulating an actor from a movie, Good Morning Vietnam. And this actor's name was Robin Williams. He was embedded with the military, which is something that we are really thinking about right now. You know what I'm saying? The military and their actions. So this is probably why this sort of thing is coming through me right now. From the issues of the heart, the mouth speaks. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is sound like him. So that's what he would do. Good morning, Vietnam. Every time he would come on his radio station. Okay, and of course, since it's Robin Williams, he's hilarious. Some people are just funny, and he was one of those kinds of guys. So I kind of liked him. And it turns out that people that are like that, they have issues. Okay, uh, we grew up with some lady. I don't know if it was the Patty Duke show or if her name was Patty Duke, but apparently she was a twin. And what they decided to do was make a situational comedy out of it. And it turns out that she was bipolar. I was like, oh, well, okay. So be of good cheer if you got ADD or ADHD or anything like that there. You can still be quite successful. All right. Don't look at these names and these titles as being a hindrance or anything. It's just names that they know, and they'll follow a diagnosis or something like that there. But no, it has nothing to do with your ability to be successful or not. All right. It's tough if you have someone who has these, but these guys, we grew up watching them, and they were famous and quite well off, too, I would imagine. Okay, so anyway, young people, when you were younger, sometimes you fall, and you would do the old bounce thing, trip or something like that, or fall. You would recover quickly. Okay, remember if you fell off a bike or whatever, I want you to know that it is true what they say. I have not been in an accident really in the last, I don't know, last year or two, but this morning I had one. And where do you hear this story? Holy moly. Hold on. It's a helicopter is landing over here. I don't know why. I think this would be interesting to you. 2026. It's crazy what they're doing. Because we're eating, what? Food that is made on a printer or something like that there? I don't know. Where this is going, but uh, we got GMO fruit, seedless fruit. Who thought of that? Okay, and to tell you the truth, the watermelon I bought, I bought two so far over the last year or so. One I bought was seeded. Okay, that joker was $14. Holy moly! And the seedless watermelons, the one I'm eating now, it wasn't that much. It was about $7 to $8 or something like that there. But it's seedless, and the problems with the seedless ones is they're not really as sweet. Okay, so I'm trying to come off the sugar. I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying not to have exercise. I'm trying not to have accidents whenever I wake up in the morning. Since I sleep on the floor, I sleep on a mat. The mat is kind of thick. It's about this thick, and my weight, if I walk on it, I have to get up at night and go to the bathroom or something. Since the mat is about 7 feet long, if I don't roll off the side and stand up, because I'm trying to learn how to stand up without using my hands. Okay, from a seated position, I found that this helps when I stand up, and if I don't use my hands from a seated position, I found that actually relieves some of my hip annoyances right now. So, learning these techniques, I'm actually finding that I can get up from the floor without using my hands. Now, I'm kind of new at it, so it doesn't look like much. So, for example, if I was younger, I could just do a roll and stand up. Oh, feet. I'm from that roll. You know how you young people can do right now. But anyway, I'm not going to do that every time I want to get up. Okay, and go get like another cup of coffee or something like that there. But I'm finding some of these techniques that are really helpful. So I want you to learn more techniques again, other than push-ups and set-ups, okay, and running. All right. You're going to find that when you get older, one of the things that they suggest is that older people really shouldn't be running. It's not bad. It's bad for you, because of the contact you make with the concrete. All right. So anyway, I'm learning some of these other techniques. I'm currently trying to learn how to do the yoga stance, where you kind of stand on one foot and you take your other foot and put it on your kneecaps or something like that there. I'm currently trying that. That is pretty, if you're a novice and if you're trying to learn how to do that, that's really difficult. I've learned some techniques. I'm actually trying to wake up, go straight to the yoga position, because the first thing you do whenever you wake up is you put your 2 feet on the ground or on the floor. All right, and then you try to get not the lotus position. I believe the lotus position is if you're sitting down, you're working on your chakras and stuff like that there, which is another thing, young people, I want you to learn. I want you to learn it while you're younger so you can enjoy it longer. All right, I didn't get into these sort of things until I got older. All right, and I actually had a reason to learn these things. Okay, so for me, it's not a fad. All right, it's kind of like a necessity. So, for example, I'm using my phone to count my steps. So I'm finding I can do 1,000 steps in the area where I am every day, or at least I'm 3 times a week. I can just get on here, do a video, let that thing start counting my steps, and by the time the video is done, I should have over 2,000 steps. Okay, then it's up to me to do the rest of the steps after I leave here, or I could come up with some kind of routine or something where I can stay here later, because nobody's going to run me off or anything, and I could probably just keep going up and down and up and down and back and forth until I get my 7,000 steps in. So it's pretty good. I'm learning that, which I didn't have a problem when I was growing up doing it because I had my bicycle. So, all right. I remember I learned about a ped meter when I was working at a front desk, and I felt, I was going from the front to the back, an extraordinary amount of time. So I got one of those little things that counts your steps. And when I got around 2,000 steps, I was like, holy moly, and I'm not going anywhere. That was just back and forth from the front at 8 o'clock in the morning, back and forth until like 4 or 5 in the evening. And I had a bunch of steps in. So I kind of have been interested in this sort of thing all my life, but by the time I got interested in it, uh, I was I was, let's just say I was older than 30. Okay, in between 20 and 40. Okay, so if you can get interested, what it'll do is it'll put you in a safe position where you're not doing something else, something dangerous. So, for example, for me, the dangerous thing I did this morning was I went from sleeping on the floor to I had a good idea. Hey, I'm sleeping in bed tonight. All right, because my hip issue there is starting to repair itself because I'm taking the minerals, nutrients, vitamins, and stuff like that there that are recommended. So, for example, I have so many minerals, nutrients, and vitamins. The older ones I have, I don't even remember why I started taking them. Okay, because each time I learn something new, some sort of new nutrient comes out. Fish oil, stuff like that there. So, what I try to do is whenever I learn something, I try to start doing it then and just keep it going. I'm not trying to do 2 milligrams of this or do. So that's my thing on it. So try it. Have fun. It'll keep you safe because you won't be doing something else. Okay, you won't be out there robbing people. Okay, you won't be out there. You won't be depressed. All right, because there's something liberating in walking. Your mind gets clear, stuff like that. I always thought that this sort of thing, no, that can't be me. But I'm finding out, yeah, that pertains to me as well. The clarity I have just from walking. My mind is clear. All minds and hearts are clear. Okay. So, are there any questions? Because what I did last night was I decided to sleep in a bed. Now, I live in an apartment house. And my apartment is in the basement, kind of like a finished basement, wall to wall, stuff like that there, wall to wall paneling, stuff like that. It's pretty nice, but, it doesn't have any windows. So it's usually dark in there. When I turn off my lights, it's dark. And it isn't the darkness where you turn off the lights, but you still get moonlight coming in. All right, mine is not like that. When you turn them lights out, it is pitch black. Okay, so when I stand up on the mat, if I'm on the floor, I don't have enough weight to touch the ground or touch the floor, so I kind of have to do a little wiggly jiggly until I walk off the mat. Okay, so since I'm sleeping in the bed, I found that how come I don't dream anymore? Okay, yes, I'm a dreamer. Pastor at one of our churches said, I'm going to do a survey. How many of you people are dreamers? All right. Then he said, how many of you people are business people or entrepreneurs? And I don't remember exactly how it went, but he was trying to indicate that the people who are dreamers are broke. Okay, because you're busy dreaming about stuff. But people who have money and who are following their dreams and stuff, blah blah blah. Okay. It was one of those things that you would have had to been done. Okay, so I believe in dreams. I believe in out of body experiences. I believe that stuff about what do they call it? I could almost think of it. Not transcendental. I ain't trying to end up on Jupiter in some kind of spiritual uh, occurrence, and then I can't get back home. Well, what is that thing called? The closest thing I could think of is OBEs. All right. What's your really dreams? You have to be in a dream state. You have to be in REM in order to get it. I haven't been able to have a OBE when I'm just walking around. Okay, I actually have to meditate, reach REM sleep, and this is where your dreams and stuff start. Okay, after you've been sleeping for what 2 to 3 hours or something, you reach REM sleep. Okay, now I didn't used to pay attention to this stuff, young people. So, what I used to have nightmares. Okay, my nightmares were so bad that I would believe that old adage: if you get unalived in your dream, you're not going to wake up. Okay, if you ever heard of anybody who died in their sleep, okay, there you go. So there's proof for this sort of thing, but you guys are too young, you're too busy, you're trying to go out and do whatever it is you're doing whenever you're younger. Pretty much the same thing I did. I'm the type of older person. You could say to me, hey, you can't be correcting me. You did this when you were my age. Chances are pretty good I did. Okay. But now I'm older. I got more time to think about what this life is all about. So I woke up this morning. It's pitch black in there. I'm in the bed. I am sleeping. Um, my position that I sleep in is my head is actually toward the, not the headboard. I sleep with my feet toward the headboard now. All right. And this is supposed to promote dreams because it's aligning me with the magnetic north. All right. So, I mean, these things are really pretty interesting. And once I started doing that, the first thing I did was stop having nightmares because I had so many. I thought that I could actually, I'm supposed to be a horror story person. It, and it didn't always have to be as a result from if I had a bad dream, it didn't necessarily have anything to do with what I watched earlier today. Okay. I don't like to watch. I mean, I used to watch the scary movies whenever I was under that influence, but the older you get, the more you know, the more you learn. There's certain movies that you ain't supposed to watch. Like, for example, they got a new one called Sinners. I don't think I would actually ever go see that. Oh, okay. But I like the actor who won. He was the guy who played the in what is that movie? The Black Panther. He was the supporting actor in Black Panther. He was the winner of all these awards for Sinners. All right, so just so you know who this guy is, I don't know what his name is. Uh, Now, when I watch movies, I like to watch the apocalyptic movies. Like I Am, Will Smith, the one he played was I Am or something like that there. How he was the last person on Earth and everybody else was zombies. And he had a dog that finally got bit by one of the zombies and it broke my heart. He actually had to unalive that dog because the dog would not listen and leave when it was time for the zombies to show up. So yeah, the zombie dogs got him. So I like to watch those types of. Okay, so anyway, this is just an old man talking. If you're under the sound of my voice, if it's soothing to you, that'd be nice. And like and subscribe. Like the video. Subscribe to my channel. Help me get 1,000 ads to my videos, and I might be able to make a couple bucks here and there. I'm going to learn how to do Twitches. It seems like I got time to figure out that this morning. I can go ahead and try to sign up for that and see how that goes. The ads on YouTube will give you a couple bucks over time, over views, but they say that the Twitches pay a little bit more, so I might give that a shot. Who knows? Okay, so story. Nobody had